All right, everyone. I know this video is late, but here's my episode review for From the 70s. This will be my last haves and have not video that I need to record. Before this video, I've recorded at least 10 to 12 videos, but I saved this one for last, mainly because this video probably won't be super long due to the fact that if it seems like I'm glossing over things, it's because I've already done a separate video talking about it. So keep that in mind. Off the top, I don't know. I might give this episode like an 8.5 or a 9. I think when I first watched it, 8.5, but going back to watch it a second time, as well as watching various scenes over again for more context, I think this episode is worthy of a 9, believe it or not. I think it was worthy of a 9. Episode kind of started off slow, pretty much Hannah confronting Mitch and Benny about the whole situation of Jim Cryer did this. Shut up and tell me the truth. Just shut up and tell me what's going on. I do like the fact that Hannah was not playing games. The fact that, number one, she wanted to get full confirmation before going over to Catherine's house to raise hell. But also the fact that, look, I ain't got time for this whole I'll handle it myself. And he wasn't doing anything to me in jail. He wasn't threatening me. No. He messed with my child. He's going to pay. The part that I didn't like about this scene was the fact that, Benny's telling Mitch to get up and go get his mom, which is funny how, all of a sudden you can't get up out of the bed to move around, yet somehow you managed to drag your ass from your room to Hannah's room to interrupt her night with Derek. But now all of a sudden, no, I can't do anything. Just shut the hell up. And then on top of that, yeah, Mitch, that's Hannah's mom, that's Benny's mother, and he was right. Like, look, I can't stop her, man. It's like, if anything, Mitch, he has nothing to do with this. It's like, okay, I finally got your mom off my case because she keeps getting on me. It's like, oh, is my family going to keep coming after my son? Yada, yada, yada. No. Now she knows who actually got you stabbed and she's going to handle it. So if I were Mitch, it's like, the only thing at this point would be telling Benny's dumbass, look, if you want my family to truly be done with you, give them that $9,000 and then that's it. That's it. So I even tweeted it out that, we got a situation where Mitch is helping Benny out of the bed. He's obviously going to change clothes, and then he's going to get a ride from Mitch to go over to Catherine's house to, catch Hannah, which is pretty interesting because if memory serves, Mitch nor Benny, neither of them have been to Catherine's new house, so they theoretically would not know where it is. Weird. Then on top of that, we know that from the preview room 3, we see Benny and Mitch in the car showing us that they probably get to Catherine's house. But at the same time, don't you find it strange that Hannah beat them there? Because look at the fact that Hannah left Amanda's car that Katherine gave to Hannah at Catherine's house. That's gone. That's why she stormed away from the house and then didn't want to get a ride from Derek and decided to take the bus instead. So Hannah literally had to have left the she had to throw on some clothes and then rush over to Catherine's house. Well, no, I think she was wearing the same thing. I could be wrong, I forgot, but I mean, literally she had to go to the bus stop, get on the bus, and then go to Catherine's house. And I guess, obviously she knows the schedule well, but then you have Mitch who has a car, and well, how long did it take for Benny to change clothes? See what I mean by trying to make sense of this stuff? It makes no sense. I might have said this in another video, or I might have said it already in this video, but yeah, I know the moment when Mitch helped Benny out of bed, I tweeted like, watch, it's going to take the whole damn episode for them to make it from the bedroom to the front door of the house. And it's just like, how did Hannah beat them there? That doesn't make sense to me. And then moving to the next scene, David calls Benji in order to send a message to Justin not to mess with his son again. And I've already done a video, several days ago about Jeffrey calling Justin harmless, and David pretty much not wanting to hear any more of this. He's pretty much doing what his son won't do, and that's to handle the situation. Because once again, yes, David was a bad example for Jeffrey because Jeffrey's in the same toxic situation that David was in with Veronica. But it's like, look, man, we're 6 seasons in. You're not going to go through the same shit I went through. I'm going to help you out whether you want it or not. So that's it. Then, Madison and Jeffrey get into a confrontation. Basically, Jeffrey's just mad at Madison for snitching. That's pretty much the gist of that conversation. I did find it funny where earlier in the episode, it's like, did you tell him anything? No, I didn't. And then David pretty much says, yeah, I got cameras everywhere, so I know what was going on. He's like, Jeffrey, Jeffrey, come see me. I don't know why, but I thought that was funny. Maybe because it's the first time we heard David's voice carry over a long distance. The most interesting part of this episode during the early minutes of it was the fact that Jeffrey told Madison that David is ruthless. So that's something to keep in mind for future plots that David has coming up. Let's see here. Jeffrey tells Madison that he has 2 strikes. Pretty much strike 1 was snitching. So that makes me wonder, is he pulling a Charles where he said, you have 2 strikes, Candace? He's like, that was strike 1, strike 2. So does this mean, Jeffrey's going to beat his ass with a baseball bat like he did to Bobby Safeman? I don't know. Justin's at the bar talking with RK. Pretty much, RK is like, look, man, that's a cop. He's the one that arrested me and did stuff to me in jail. I don't want to go over there. Rocky's like, look, dog, first of all, you're late again. And he's like, dude, I had a crazy ass night with Veronica Harrington. I don't want to hear it. Do your job. Justin's pretty much trying to assert authority over RK, even though his ass is suspended from the force. And I love how he goes up to Broderick trying to snitch. Like, do you know his criminal record is like, 30 feet long? And he's like, oh, no, I didn't know that. Let's talk in the back, RK. And then once again, it's pretty much, a funny conversation where RK is trying to like, look, man, I don't want to have anything to do with this dude. And it's like, well, hey, fine, I quit. Okay, then. No, I was just playing. So I just love that scene. It was really funny. Not much to say there where it's like, look, I'm going to get a room. You're going to come up there. And it's like, the hell I am. And one thing I find interesting is that, believe it or not, despite Justin claiming that he wants Jeffrey and everything, whenever Jeffrey rejects him or whatnot, Justin is quick to just go to another man. You ever notice that? Interesting, right? It's almost like, RK and Wyatt and other people he wouldn't mind getting a couple sexual favors from, but Jeffrey's the one he wants waiting at home for him. Yeah, I know that sounds weird, but that's literally what's going on. But in any case, when RK is getting grilled by Justin, next thing you know, Veronica shows up and turns this episode out. And just so much to say about this. I mean, we get confirmation from RK that Justin did do stuff to him in the back of the cop car as well as in the jail, going back to the episode where he got in the same cell with Jeffrey. But also Veronica putting 2 and 2 together is the fact like, oh, so RK, that's how you met my son in the back of a cop car. That's your fix. Okay, I see what's going on here. Pretty much, just keeping on the jabs on Justin like I saw your wife. And it's like, oh, you're not the first woman to have her husband betray you because he's a homosexual. And it's like, damn, that's cold. That was cold. Then Justin gets up and leave. Walk, honey. Walk, bitch, walk. Bitch, walk. And also, getting follow up on the whole grits. I mean, I was a bit disappointed that From the 70s was only utilized when she mentioned the grits being something that, is it's just a way of showing love. It's something back from the 70s. I'm like, wait, what? So I'm thinking I would hate to see what Veronica would do with some bacon and eggs. I don't know what that says. So in any case, she says 1 down, 1 to go, leading to a lot of conversations about who is she referring to. We got Justin being 1 because RK pretty much says he'll testify. I don't think that's a good thing. I feel like that's a sign that RK might be killed off because there's something about these people who say they'll testify in court, but they'll end up being somebody who disappears. So Justin might be looking at RK as a threat to him. So yeah, that's going to be interesting. But also, I did a video about Madison possibly being the 1 to go because she might be looking at both Justin and Madison as people who are making her son engage in homosexual activity. And let's see. RK did say you assaulted me with breakfast food. Let's see here. Oh, yeah. And then the fact that she admits to being crazy. Like, I'm Veronica and several other people. So that was pretty funny as well. And then Veronica turned it out by having undercover officers right behind her, pretty much demanding RK to give her the jewelry, which is interesting because it kind of feels like it contradicts what she said in the last episode where I want my jewelry by noon. You come back and give it to me, even though she told RK never to come back again. So I'm glad to hear that we did get follow up on that. But then we have RK saying he went to a pawn shop, and that kind of has me confused. Well, no, I'm not confused. I thought it would be a fun Easter egg. I don't know if we're actually going to see RK at the pawn shop, but remember that Amanda pawned her earrings in order to get the gun back in season 2. So I was wondering, would we see RK going back to the same pawn shop to get the jewelry back? Like I said, it would just be a fun little Easter egg for conspiracy, nerds like myself who keep up with those details. So I just wanted to know if that was something that would be followed up upon. But I'm almost done here. Let's see here. Yeah, we get Veronica and Katherine. A lot of people were saying they were disappointed between this encounter. We haven't seen these two in quite some time. It wasn't what they thought it was. Just to kind of interject what I thought of this entire episode, I think this episode was good because we had a lot of characters who we haven't seen together for the first time in a while, or characters who we haven't seen in contact with each other at all for the first time until that episode, like Justin and Broderick and RK, just to name a couple of situations like that. And of course, we haven't seen Veronica and Katherine talking in quite some time. And what made this good is the fact that it wasn't about craziness. It wasn't about flipping tables, shooting people, blowing things up. It was about the subtlety of it. That's what I liked about it. Oh, Cougar and Kid. We're referring to Veronica noticing Katherine's interaction with Broderick. And I'm like, well, she's one to talk the whole Benny Young and Veronica thing. Only a diva with an axe. And then it's like she's going to meet with her lawyers and everything, pretty much telling Katherine about those puzzle pieces she has, which has already been referenced twice when Veronica told Jim back in the episode, what was it, Pieces of the Puzzle, and then David telling Jim recently in the terms of, look, I want to kill Veronica, but we got to shake these lawyers first in order to kill her without it blowing up in our faces. And then it looks like, I already mentioned this in another video about the whole situation of, did Charles have a female opponent running against him for the White House? Because Secret Service is there telling them to back up, the president-elect. What's this? What is he doing here? And pretty much Katherine wants to get intel on whether or not, Charles is there alone. So is he getting, ladies of the night to visit him? And Rocky and Broderick said, nope, nothing like that going on. And it's like, little punk bastard. I was with her. Once again, confirming that Charles's opponent might have been a female. But yeah, very good scenes there at the hotel. Charles and Landon, I have recorded a great video talking about why I like this scene so much. The fact that Landon was honest with Charles was understanding, but pretty much, laid down the line in terms of, look, like what happened the other night. Look, I'm not interested in you or any other gay man. I'm not gay. But you are so damn good at your job. But if it's going to be a problem that you're gay but attracted to me who's not attracted to you, let me know now so we can pretty much, split this. I'll find somebody else. But I'm glad to see that everything worked out. And not only that, in order to get the best Charles possible, I'm going to bring back the person who I thought was completely wrong for you. Very good scene. Like literally, I loved it. 2 to 3 minutes long, but I love the hell out of that scene. Madison ignored by Jeffrey, and pretty much confirmation that I like Justin when he's not crazy, pretty much denying the whole I love Justin thing. But best line of that scene was, don't slam my dad's door, bitch. So pretty much Madison has thankfully given up on Jeffrey. He sees that there's no point in trying to pursue somebody that doesn't want to be helped. Pretty much like Charles and Candace, like, look, I like you, but if you don't want to be helped, I'm not going to waste my time. That's pretty much the gist of that conversation there. George goes to see Wyatt. I don't have anything to say about this. I mean, I don't see the point of Wyatt anymore. Pretty much saying he'll testify if it means he can get out of jail. Then you have Jim and George exchanging. The most interesting part of that is the fact that Jim puts 2 and 2 together. Like, oh, you sent that scamp to my house to get my son. I think he's giving George a bit too much credit there. I think Sarah was just there to incriminate Jim, or have Jim incriminate himself. And Wyatt was just something that was unexpected. So that was pretty much it. But on top of that, the most interesting part of that conversation was George saying that it's only a matter of time before I have you and your wife in handcuffs. So yeah, that was pretty much the only thing to take away from that. Yeah. Pretty much, Diane is the maid at the house of, I feel bad for her. Not only does she get attitude from Hannah, but also Candace. pretty much, gets on the phone with Jim, tells him that mother and daughter are there, and he says, I'm on my way, make him some tea, and then that's pretty much it. If I'm right. Yeah, that's pretty much it, aside from the ending of the episode where Justin gets the flowers from Jeffrey. We got a moment where he got a satisfied smile on his face, like, whoa, well, it's not what you think. And it's like, well, I didn't think anything, man, because it's like, yeah, getting flowers from another man, that would be weird. Once again, going to the whole being annoyed with Justin wanting Jeffrey but refusing to admit they're together, which makes me, let's say Jeffrey agrees to go over to the house and stay with Justin. What would happen if just the mailman comes to the door and it's just the both of them living there? It's like, what the... to be completely honest, aside from the whole physical and mental abuse that Jeffrey suffers from Justin, it's like, are you ashamed of... That's one question I wish Jeffrey would ask Justin. Are you ashamed of me? Because if you don't want to have me on your arm in public, you only want to be freaking the sheets behind closed doors, then you're definitely not ready for me. So, yeah, I know that sounded weird because I always talk about how I hate those two, but I'm going to be honest here. That's one question that should be raised, And then we get the Justin, when he turned around with that tip, he tried to run away. Man, he got his ass beat. But he did hold his own a little bit. I think that Benny did a better job against the two Malones in the Artesian Hotel parking lot. He was winning the fight until the gun came out. But Justin was doing fairly okay against three guys bigger than he was. But of course, being outnumbered and just getting curb stomped. I think there was a point where one guy kind of tagged him with his friend, and then he ended up kicking Justin in the face. Didn't look as banged up as I thought he'd be, considering, how badly he got beaten. I mean, you can obviously tell that was fake blood and everything. And I'm not a horror movie fan or a fan of gore, but, I just thought he would look a little more beaten and bruised than what he was. But maybe when the blood is cleaned off, he'll end up having scars and everything, but we'll just have to wait and see. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. From the 70s, I stand firm with a 9 out of 10. Not the best episode, because again, a 10 out of 10 is the best, but I think it was really good. I think we had a lot of great scenes between different characters. No, for the most part, every scene served its purpose. Not a lot of scenes felt dragged on. Yeah, the Jeffrey and Madison during my first viewing, I got sick of it because Jeffrey was being annoying, and the fact that if he's being passive about it, then I might as well be passive as well. I just wish it didn't take up so much time in the episode. But yeah, I think this was pretty solid. Veronica, RK, and the list goes on. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section below on From the 70s. Did you like it? Did you hate it? Can you wait until next week during Room 3? Subscribe, and I'll talk to you soon. Congratulations on making it to the end of this video. If you like what you saw, be sure to hit that thumbs up button, as well as leaving your thoughts in the comment section below so we can keep the conversation going. On the left hand side of the screen, you should see a picture of Jeffrey Harrington. You can click on him in order to subscribe, but also hit the bell notification icon. That way you don't miss out on any new content. Also, you should see some videos appearing on the screen as well that I'm pretty sure you'll enjoy if you enjoyed the one you just saw. But also, be sure to follow me on social media such as Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Links to all my social media will be in the description below. And in order to help this channel hit 100,000 subscribers, I'm going to need your help. So make sure to share this video as well as the channel around with all of your friends on your own social media. But once again, thanks so much for tuning in, and I'll catch you all in the next video.